there is an interesting IPO that came up, which is NTPC Green Energy IPO.
Beautiful.
This is where even Ajay was saying that currently what you're looking at is there is the other stocks that Sharique was mentioning, that their biggest revenue from the overall revenue, a small portion of it could be attributed to this manufacturing of, let's say, EV batteries or something. They're small portion only. But in NTPC, in India, they are the largest producer of energy in India right now. So now they are seeing that green energy is booming. So now their subsidiary, which is NTPC Green Energy, they have now listed it. So do you think people should look into those stocks? Those will have potential, and what are your thoughts there?
Ajay, you want to start?
Yeah. So just two numbers that I want to throw around here. I know Sharique is also very well prepared here. That's why he wants me to start first. NTPC has a target to reach 60 gigawatts of capacity, right? Green energy capacity by the year 2032. Now, Adani Green, who has been in the news a lot over the last...
For all right and wrong reasons.
For the wrong reasons over the last week, their target for 2030, not 2032, for 2030 is 50 gigawatt. And you see what's happening, right? Everyone wants to, and Adani is cool to invest in. But nobody is really caring about this Maharatna PSU stock that has come out with its IPO. So I feel when you're looking into the market caps also, Adani Green's market cap today is at 1.7 lakh crore, while NTPC's market cap is much below that at 1.07 lakh crore. So people can, if they're really buying into that story, the green energy story in India, they can absolutely look into NTPC, considering that they have much bigger growth targets than even Adani, right? I feel, and at a better valuation, I feel
Less.
And why wouldn't they have? That's my point, right? Why wouldn't they have better targets? Because NTPC Green Energy has now, as you rightly said, been carved out and is a separate entity now. So if you look into NTPC, and you rightly said, NTPC is India's largest power producer. They alone produce nearly 25% of India's entire electricity.
Huge.
And that I think is huge. And while in the previous topic we spoke about how much I love the future, in previous podcasts, you probably understand that how I also look at my players based on how well they have done over in their history, in their past, and I take my bets like that as well. So here in this case, I'm looking into the history. NTPC as a company is a PSU, is a government entity of sorts, is having all the favor of the government, and they're ambitious, and they, in the country of India, becoming the largest electricity producer, 25%, why wouldn't NTPC Green Energy play out a similar story in the coming years? Where you are also rightly saying the same thing. They could eventually go out, beat Adani Green, beat Tata Power, which again has a strong green energy portfolio. So all of them are going to get beaten, and NTPC Green Energy is going to emerge out as a winner. I think is a high probability, but that's where things are slightly mixed.
Said the PE ratio.
If you have anything around PE ratio, maybe this is
PE ratio is very high, so it's more than 300. So even when you say like it has potential, we still have to be a bit scared of the valuations being too out of hand.
Do you have data?
Adani is not a good comparison any day, right? Because Adani had all the allegations that their stocks are being pumped by foreign entities.
No,
right?
no, my point was, while I understand that, my point is more like, again, I'm looking into history and looking into past performance and then taking a bet. Because anyways, we're not going to win a trophy if NTPC Green Energy is going to win or is going to beat Adani Green Energy in terms of having more supply or more gigawatts in terms of creating power, right? What are we even interested in? We want to invest in a stock and make money. That's what we are interested in.
Increase our wealth.
Absolutely. So NTPC as a company got listed in 2004. Today is 2024. So it's been 20 years. Over the last 20 years, this company is now 25% producing 25% of India's electricity. So it's supposed to be a huge company. So in the last 20 years, the stock is up 660%.
Okay.
Sounds wow? Converted
Absolutely.
into CAGR. It's just 10% CAGR.
That's it.
Yeah. So again, the point being, so this company has played out really nice. It's become India's largest power producer. Huge story of sorts. But the shareholder returns aren't that great. So again, PSUs have this not so great thing attributed to them, saying that, hey, they do not make a lot of shareholder wealth, but they pay out handsome dividends, which is also a good part. But again, so now if you compare to Adani, If you look into the history of Adani stocks in terms of delivering shareholder value, that's more. So now I'm slightly confused. Again, that's where I'll go into my safer story of, hey, let's have a green energy portfolio.
Yeah.
Let's put Adani green there. Let's put NTPC green there. Let's put Tata Power there for that matter. So that's what I'll do. I'll definitely not sit out. I think this is a good opportunity. The company is definitely going to play out, but shareholder returns, I'm not sure what exactly we can expect.
So now if somebody wants to invest into NTPC, we can understand that NTPC standalone as a company has very good pedigree to do well in the country, succeed and know what they are doing. So if their subsidiary NTPC Green Energy is coming up with an IPO which is already out and their stock is listed, people who are sold on to the green energy story narrative and want to invest can consider NTPC that has better potential.